Hey everybody, Chrissy here, and welcome to the Home for the Holidays Stamp of Approval video hop. So I have a short but sweet video for you here today. I kept it under 5 minutes, and I just wanted to share with you real quick how to make that card that I just showed. So this stamp set, there is a coordinating die that is available. I am not going to use the die in my product today, but I wanted to show it just to show you that you don't have to fussy cut everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a stamping tool, and I am going to stamp that tree in a few different ink colors. I'm going to use Lime Rookie, Grass Skirt, and Eucalyptus. You do not have to have a Misty or another stamping tool to do this, but I think it makes it a lot easier because sometimes that first impression isn't always the best and it doesn't always blend as perfectly, and it's harder to line up if you don't have a stamping tool. But if you ink it up enough, go ahead and give it a try. And these inks blend perfectly, so I think as it dries, maybe it will blend okay and you'll be good. So the next step that I did on the back of one of these, so one of them is basically going to be a die cut throwaway and the other is going to be the front panel of the card. So on one of them, and that was another reason too, I should mention I used the stamping tool, is so I get the exact same positioning and everything like that. I am going to die cut this adorable, I think it's so pretty, this Merry Christmas die. It is so intricate, so thin, so pretty, but it also has a back piece that goes with it, kind of like the shadow outline. So you can do all kinds of things with it. I just did kind of like I don't know if it's really an inlaid die cut. It's kind of like a pop-out die cut with the same pattern on there. So die cut that, and then I also on a separate sheet of paper took the Lime Rookie and I die cut that as well. I just put a bunch of it, I'm using a blending tool on there, and then die cut it. That's going to be like a little bit of a shadow in the background to make it pop. So then I took my Aquatini, which is what I'm doing right here, and I'm just adding a little bit of color to that front panel of the card. I just felt the white was a little too harsh, and I didn't want to put anything else on there because I didn't want to take away from that amazing stamp, because that Christmas tree stamp, it is awesome. It's called the Festive Trimming stamp, by the way. I should mention that. Oh my gosh, there's so many awesome like little details and stuff in there. The stamp set's great because those little details are also separate as well, so you can kind of pop them up. And that die that I use, by the way, is called Merry Christmas Layered Word Die. So I mentioned there's like a background to it. It layers. It's pretty sweet. So the easiest way for me to do this, because I was also putting the green behind it, is just like on a non-stick mat. I put them together, then put them on the card. I didn't want to put them on the card first because it would be kind of hard for me to position it properly. But because I used that stamping tool, everything lines up perfectly and we're all good. And you can see here, I'm popping out the Christmas. And same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on a non-stick surface. This is a glass surface, so it's really easy to pull off. And that easy cut adhesive that I put on the back, if you don't have anything like that, that's okay. You can add the adhesive after the fact. Just this is very intricate, so for me, I have a really hard time using like liquid adhesive or adding something else on there. It's just an easy solution for me. So go ahead and pop that on there. And then we're almost done. The last thing I'm going to do is I am going to go and I'm going to come back in and I'm going to add a little bit of green on that die cut, just so it pops out a little bit. I kind of felt like it was hard to see because that Christmas tree does have so much going on in it because it is so detailed. So I just wanted it to pop out a little bit. Then I added some 3D foam on the back, threw it on a green card base, and then I came back in with the rock and red and I added some different berries. I probably should have done this first. I just wanted to add like a little bit of extra color. By the way, I love Aquatini and rock and red together, so I kind of wanted to do that too. But it worked out totally fine. I just kind of tested on there, and then I added the heart as the tree topper. It's so cute. So the last thing that I did was I just added a few little sequins on there. I like to add glue off to the side and then kind of dip my sequins in using tweezers. Sometimes I'm a bit of a butterfingers, so if I just use my fingers and dip it in, I usually get more glue on me than I get on the sequin or bead or whatever I'm adding, so tweezers work well for me. So just kind of position them on there. And that was it. So now it is time for you to blog hop. So make sure that you hop around, go to each video. Full details are going to be at Catherine Pooler's blog. This collection is fantastic, so make sure you check everything out. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great day.